so smart with this microphone.
Diba?
What if we switched?
No,
Like-
mahirap yan for editing. Stay with your mic.
Next.
Dating in your 30s.
Dating in your 30s. Slim pickings. Dating in your 30s. How much do we divulge? Do we talk about this in general or do we get
I think
specific?
whatever we're comfortable with sharing, I guess. To be fair, I only started dating in my 30s, like, after the pandemic. And then it was pandemic pa. So it's kind of hard. Kind of hard. I was in a relationship for most of my 30s. Dating in your 30s is hard, but also easy. Harder and easier at the same time.
I feel like I should just listen because I don't know.
Yeah. So the reason it's harder is because you realize that the choices that you have it's difficult to choose from, like, for example, if they're too young, there's not much to
The experiences
talk
aren't the
about.
same.
The experiences aren't the
The
same.
maturity level is not the same.
Yeah, like, for example, talking about how an office mate, it like petty things are
Yeah.
still big problems when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that I already think should be common sense at 37.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Because in your 30s, I feel like you're just more unapologetic about who you are. And, like, you don't really care so much. Like, you let more things that, like, you just
Yes.
let go of more things.
It's easy to let go.
Of more
And
things in your 30s.
when I remember being in my 20s, it was really hard for me to let go of stuff. So, valid. It's just that at this age, I don't have time for
Yeah.
that.
And in your 20s, kasi, you still feel like you have to prove something. Eh.
Yes.
You're not really, like, living in your truth. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's harder. But what makes it easier also is because you're able to weed out
Bullshit.
the ones, you're less forgiving. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I used to think in my 20s, like, everyone deserves a chance because people can change.
Okay. So people are gonna make banat na your standards are too high. I can already see it. So what can you say about that?
Yeah.
They are.
I mean, yeah. Because you can't be that forgiving anymore considering that has happened to you. So, for example,
Yeah.
if you see one red flag and it's already happened to you, you already had that. Finished.
I think it's also because as a woman, you've grown into self-awareness. Now, maybe in my 20s, I was crazy. Maybe when I was in college, in my college relationships, I really was a brat. I really was unreasonable. I really was whatever, needy,
True.
whatever.
Yes.
And when you grow up, you work on those things about yourself. So, of course, you expect the same from a person who might be your potential partner. Because it's fair. I've worked on myself. I know what I needed to change.
Yeah.
I've taken accountability for all of the bad
Traits.
characteristics and
Correct.
traits that I've had before. So why will I expect less from people I want to date?
Yeah. True.
Right?
True.
It's basically just that. It's not just
And then looking for that
Yeah.
is so difficult.
yeah. Because it's like you can deliver. So why will you not expect yourself to be delivered to?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason, in my 20s, okay lang sa akin that the guy didn't like me so much.
Yeah, it's just like, no, I can change your mind. Like, no, I can change your mind.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
No.
You can't. Like, I was okay lang sa akin na, yeah, no, he's really busy. He just doesn't text
you make
me.
it like I've made excuses.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay because he's just feeling lonely. That's why
Or like,
he's
no,
going through
He
this.
has past trauma with his past relationships, or like he has past trauma with his family. Like, I just have to be understanding.
Yeah.
I can change his mind. I can show
His
him.
dad just died.
Yeah, I can
so,
show him
like,
what real love is and stuff like that. It's just like, oh my god.
because the reason we're like saying this is because no matter how bad things become for you, it's your choice to take it out on other people or not.
Yeah.
So if someone is behaving badly towards you and then they're like, "Oh, sorry kasi puyat lang. Oh, sorry, I was drunk." That's not an excuse.
Yeah. Or at least have the self-awareness to know where it's coming from so that they can talk to their partner about it.
yeah.
So that, because some people heal through relationships too.
Yeah.
It's possible. But it needs self-awareness. Like, if you have no self-awareness or accountability for what you're doing to another person, then, my God, as the person receiving that energy, just be like, how is it suddenly my responsibility to deal with that?
Yeah.
When you, as a woman, have done the self-work. Ibang usapan to if, like, you're not where you want to be also, and yet you expect another person to fix you. That's also different.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a woman or a girl going through that, like, no.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself. Or at least have the self-awareness to know what's wrong with you.
Yeah. Correct.
Because we're not perfect. Girls aren't perfect. Like, we cray. Sometimes
Yeah.
we get cray.
Yeah.
But we have self-awareness. We should have self-awareness. But a lot of people would tell us, your standards are too high or whatever. They're not. Your standards are just as high as the work that you've done with yourself.
Yeah.
And it's only right that you expect the same from another person who's supposed to be your partner throughout life. Too tall, girl.
What is the question?
Oh, things we could have done differently in our 20s, or how our lives were when we were 20.
Okay. You first.
Is it because of my mic?
Yes, it is.
Save Logitech for later.
Yes.
My 20s, damn. Did I like who I was in my 20s? No. Definitely not.
hate her.
I don't
hate her.
But I think it's because it's your first time out in the world outside a structure built for you. Because in school, it's like after grade 1, there's grade 2, grade 3, blah, blah. Like, after education, you kind of have to find your own path na. So, you're not only finding yourself, who you are, what you do, but also you want to prove it to people that you're not nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
like, that also comes from a place of being insecure and it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're extra passionate, you're extra angry, you're extra defensive, you're everything. You're extra everything. So did I like who I was in my 20s? Not really. But did I have to go through that stage to get to where I am right now? Yep.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, you really have to go through also what's ugly about you to figure out how to beautify it.
It's true. My God, it's true. This whole proving to the world, it was so ridiculous. What else would I have done? I would have, okay, another thing that I regret is letting everything affect me so much. Yeah.
The world kind of revolves around you in your 20s.
Yeah.
Like, you really think everything is about you, or an attack on your character, or people looking down on you.
Yeah.
Even if
Which sometimes it is, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
Do you like them? Do you like them? Because if they don't like you, but you
I
don't like
you
them
too.
either,
Yeah. Fair game.
all good.
All good.
All good. And most likely, if they don't like you, you don't like them either. So, don't
But
let
again,
it
you
affect
learn
you.
that kasi. You
That's
have
true.
to go through it for you to learn it.
That's true
Because
too.
if you just take other people's word for it, hindi din lalakas yung loob mo eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go through a stage of not being liked.
Yeah.
You have to go through a stage na people are disappointed in you or
Yes.
mad at you or they
Yes.
don't like you and you know it.
Yeah.
You have to feel those things.
And you have to make mistakes to be a better person.
You have to feel those things to know also that it's not such a big deal pala. Like it used to be, or like so you can pick. Like it
Choose
is-
your battles.
Yeah, it is a big deal if it's this person, but it's not a big deal if it's that type of person. You know, like you really have to go through it. But if you were constantly dating and whatever in your 20s, I was not at all. Like in my, that's something I wish I did. I wish I dated more. I wish I had more boys. I was gonna say did more boys. I wish I had more boys because if you made everything about boys, I made everything about me.
Well, that's good too.
But I guess
That's
but,
good too.
Yeah, but like now experiences like let's say my little brother, dating experiences that he's had that to him right now no big deal, he can get over things faster is because he experienced it earlier compared to me who started kind of experiencing things at like experiencing like really bullshit things starting like 27 na 28. It's just like what guys do this like yeah, so like so at 30 it's just like there are things that I don't know.
Yo, I
About
started
dating.
dating at 15 and did not stop.
Started at 19.
That's not so bad. You're still in school, at least. Because I know people that started dating like.
But I've
way
never
later.
like did dating. It was always whoever I
Ah.
dated became my boyfriend.
Um.
I actually until now I've never just dated. I still need to learn. See,
I mean,
never too late to learn.
yeah. Oh, I know people are thinking, what a hoe. True.
Own
It's fine.
accountability.
It's fine.
Unapologetic.
I like you
Right?
think that's fine. Go
And
ahead.
I've said this before in my video. Lande is a skill. Like, if you're wondering how come you can't, I don't know, date or whatever, it's because you don't know how to make lande. It doesn't happen overnight. You
Yeah.
have to practice it.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Even for me right now. Like, I should be practicing.
Yeah.
I wanted to practice.
Okay.
2020,
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that didn't
Oh yeah, I wanted to practice too after 2020, but literally, like where, who, what?
Yeah.
Again, circling back.
And I think
The
it's important
choices.
because you have to get to know what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
Because at first you will let people pound all over them like they don't exist.
And you will accept anything.
Anything. Like if there's bare minimum, there's negative.
There's floor.
There's
There are-
negative minimum, and you will still say yes at that time because you're gonna think like
You need to
wow,
learn.
attention or
You
whatever.
need to
but you
learn.
really just need to learn. Like I don't want to protect people from getting hurt
Yeah.
because you're also not gonna know how you are, how you love, how you show people that you care, how much you can give, what hurts you. You're not gonna learn that just by other people giving you advice. Like you actually have to go through it.
Yeah.
So practice. For me, I should have done more of that in my 20s.
So thanks so much for watching this episode
How many
of
episodes
Two Tall
have we
Girls.
done?
This is probably the
Gonna be
second.
two.
Yeah, 2 episodes.
This is gonna be 2 episodes. Thank you for joining us on our first filming of
Two Tall Girls. Please like and subscribe and follow us in our social
Yeah.
media handles.
And if you have any more questions for us, anything you want to know, more advice or whatever, where do they send it in?
They send it in either of our Instagrams.
Or like,
could do that.
if you have any more questions for us, leave it in the comment section. below.
Yes. Yes, correct.
Yes.
All right, thanks guys. Bye.